Well, look who came crawling back. No, you missed me. I missed you too. Welcome to another episode of Pocha Concha Kitchen. So listen, we're in a different location because I moved out into my own apartment. So this is my tiny little kitchen. It's just this, which is all that I need. So hoy estamos haciendo pan de muerto para el Día de los Muertos y estoy muy emocionada porque cuando estuve en México en el año pasado, yo fui a pandererías. I can't ever say that word. Pandererías. I feel like I'm adding D's in there. Anyway, I went to a couple of bakeries, okay? While I was there, yo vi tantas cosas deliciosas como pan de muerto. That's what we're making today. And if you guys don't already know, pan de muerto is a part of the Day of the Dead celebration in Mexico and also in the US. My family and I have celebrated it since I could remember, and my parents are actually Day of the Dead Mexican-American folk artists, and so I grew up around the art, the food, just everything. So I'm excited to do this today. Basically, pan de muerto, it's bread. There's they look like little, tiny little balls on it, but they are actually supposed to represent the bones of the deceased. And on the top is this main little circle ball, which represents the skull. So every single ingredient in this recipe is intentional. It's intentional for our loved ones who have passed away. The orange is for the deceased, the bones are for the deceased, the skull. It sounds morbid, I get it. So the reason why we bake a lot of things like pan de muerto for Day of the Dead is to put on altars or at the gravesite during the celebration, which is on November 1st and 2nd. The more dishes that we make that just smell so amazing and great, the more they will smell them in the afterlife, and it will be easier for them to find us. And I just want to reiterate that this is not Mexican Halloween. I know, you know, that I'm not good at making bread recipes. The first ever Pocha Concha episode was me making conchas. They turned out hard. I made rosca de reyes, and that was hard too, so who knows what this is gonna turn out like. So I'm calling on my ancestors to help me out with this recipe. Abuelos, listen, I know that I was your favorite grandchild. Don't tell anyone else. That's a lie. They loved everyone. So I practiced this recipe twice last night so that I would get it right because I didn't want to waste anyone's time, mostly mine, because my time's already been wasted by these F-boys. Here's the first thing that we need to do. We need to proof the yeast. So I have some warm milk, half a cup of warm milk that I heated, and it has to be 110 degrees. It just is supposed to feel like a lukewarm bath. We have 2 tablespoons of sugar here, and 3 tablespoons of flour, and 1 1/2 teaspoon of dry active yeast. So basically the yeast is gonna eat the sugar and it's gonna expand. So I'm gonna pour this in here, and I'm gonna pour the yeast. I'm just gonna whisk it. I have this cute whisker. It's more like an egg beater actually, but it's fun. We're just gonna whisk this until it's all blended together. And then we're gonna set it in a warm place. I'm gonna put it in the microwave, and we're gonna just leave it for 10 minutes and it's gonna rise. Make sure you leave it for 10 minutes because if the yeast does not proof well enough, long enough, then it will completely throw off the entire recipe. This is what I learned because I did it twice last night, so. All right, so a cool part of this recipe is that we're gonna zest some oranges. This is gonna have an orangey flavor to the bread, which I know is a little different, but the oranges really represent the deceased loved ones. And also, if you notice within the Dia de los Muertos kind of celebration, there's a lot of orange representation there in the, I forgot what it's called. They're called cempasúchil marigolds. And so there's a lot of those kind of notes of orange and everything means something. And that's what I love about my culture and the celebration is. So I found a little zester tool, I don't know what it's called. Microplane? I never ever knew that's what it was called. Wingardium Leviosa. No, she's canceled. She is canceled. Put that in there. So we're gonna zest 2 whole oranges. Oh, you smell that? You smell it? It smells like oranges. Naranjas. This is my Dora impression. I know I did this in my last video. Mira las naranjas. Mmm, delicioso. Yum, 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 yum. Hire me, Nickelodeon. And make sure to not zest too much because we don't want that like white part there because it's very bitter. So make sure you're just zesting like the orange part. Anyway, just you know what, zest. Here we go, everyone. This is the moment of truth. We have our yeast mixture. It looks like this. It is very foamy. Smells like it's gonna do something. So basically all the videos that I've seen, all the old school videos of them making the actual Pan De Muerto, they dump it out on the table. I don't have a standing mixer, so I'm gonna dump all this out on the table. I am going to make a little hole here, como así. So the thing is for this is like you have to place in the ingredients little by little, one by one. And so first we're gonna put in the yeast here, right in the middle. We have 4 eggs that we're gonna put in. Okay, 1 egg. And I'm just gonna mix it. If you love to play with like kinetic sand or get your hands dirty, this is a perfect moment for you. I saw someone sprinkle this like on the outside. Oh. So I'm gonna sprinkle our mixture, salt, sugar, our seed mixture all around here so that when I pull it all together, I can like evenly mix it. Why is this turning out worse than what I did last night? We got the second egg, baby. We're gonna mix. Ooh, we love it. We love a good mixture. Add some of the butter. We wanna make sure this butter we want to make sure this butter is warmed up. Now I'm just gonna fold everything together. This is where it gets a little messy. It's gonna look like a complete disaster at first, and then eventually it's gonna all group together and it's not gonna be sticky. The thing with this is like you gotta have patience. So we're gonna come back when all of this is, you know, ready to go. So we'll see you in a little bit. So now is the fun part, you guys. You know the zest that we did? There is a little zest for life. We're gonna put that in here. And what I like to do is just, I like how I act like I do this all the time. I like to rub it like this because it turns a different color. You can smell it, it smells great. I like to also fold it in, give it a little pat, give it a little pat. Hey guys, welcome back to my Australian talk show. So today we're making Pan De Muerto. I'm so excited to make this because as a Latina growing up in Australia / New Zealand, I did not have access to a lot of traditional dishes or celebrations in general. You know what I have noticed since living alone? I've talked to myself a lot more. I'm pretty funny. So what we're looking for with our dough is the window pane kind of thing, where if you stretch it light enough, you can kind of see through it. You can see the light through it. That's when you know it's good to go. So what we're gonna do with this dough, we are going to put it in a bowl that is oiled up, and we're gonna put a moist towel over it, and we're gonna store it in a warm area, and you can store it like in your oven or in your microwave. And you're gonna leave it there for an hour and 30 minutes so it can rise. Hi, I'm Maya. I'm auditioning for the part of the girl who molds the dough into the shape of the Pan De Muerto. Action. So we're gonna put some flour here. I've already shaped these two into shape that we need it to be, which is just round. Basically, you're just making like a circular shape. You wanna separate 2 loaves here. This is gonna be loaf 1, loaf 2. You wanna give it a good tap. Make sure you do that, and if it sounds good to you, then it's good to go. And then you wanna separate them more into 6 little things here. One of them is going to be the skull. It's gonna be on the top. These other 2 are going to be the bones of the bread. Does that make sense? Cool. We're gonna roll this. We're gonna take a little like basting brush thing and some water, and we're going to dip it, and we're gonna get this a little bit wet. Place this on top like this. Boom. I'm gonna mold this into how I want it to be, because right now it's looking a little droopy. I'm gonna place a moist towel over it and let it set for an hour. So with the oranges that we zested before, we're going to use this to make the orange glaze. And the orange glaze is going to be a glue for the sugar that we're gonna put on top. Going to squeeze these. We're gonna put a strainer here. We're gonna squeeze and juice. Whew. I'm exhausted. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the sugar, and we're gonna add the orange zest. So now these have risen. Now we're gonna put these in the oven for 35 minutes to bake, and then take them out, and then there's gonna be delight chance. So let's do it. Hey Vogue, Architectural Digest, or Vanity Fair. Welcome to my apartment. You've never been here before. Here's my tour while our bread is baking. This is my kitchen. Don't show this part, don't show it. This is a beautiful section that I like to call my stove, and this is a cute microwave that I got, and there's all that stuff. So that's not, stop. Here is my living room. This is it. This is, look at this area. Don't look at that, please. That's not it, anything. I'm waiting for my couch. Here are other things. There was an earthquake last week and this fell off. Here's my window. This is an alley. Thank you guys so much for coming. I'll show you the door. Please leave. Get out and never say that you were here. What, it's been 35 minutes? Our bread is ready. Let's take it out of the freaking oven. Wow. That didn't happen. Look at all that. And now it's time to let this cool, and then we're gonna put the orange glaze on and the sugar, and then we're gonna be freaking done. We're gonna be done. It's over. It's over. We're breaking up. Cut. We did it. I can't believe we did it. Now is the time to put the orange glaze on and sprinkle the sugar. Make sure we get an even coat of the orange glaze so that the sugar can stick all over. Oh my God, this smells so good. Hey guys, I'm Maya Ross, Bob Ross's long lost daughter. Did you guys know that I'm actually an artist? I'm not gonna finish that. This entire video is just jokes that don't land. Now we are going to sprinkle some sugar. Wow. This is crazy. I grew up with this bread. I've eaten this bread before and I've seen it in the bakeries. And to actually freaking be able to make it is I can't even right now. It's here, Pan De Muerto. Now I can put this on my altar and my ancestors will know she made that for me. I did, with love, cariño, and all of the above. That was the cutest thing I've ever said in my entire life. All right, so now I get to taste it. I got my cafecito here. Here we go. I'm gonna dip it in the cafecito. Oh my God. That's really good. It's a little burnt at the bottom, but the texture is great. It's moist, not too moist. It's very soft. And I can taste the seeds. I can taste the orange flavor. This is so good. This is perfect to have your cafecito, your abuelita chocolate, your Ibarra chocolate. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was such a treat to make, and it's so delicious, and thank you so much for watching and continuously being on my journey with me on this Pocha Concha kitchen. So until next time, good on ya.
subscribe, and like.